Ladies, dating in your 40s, it sucks. You ever went on a date with a super nice guy, you have a great time until he starts trying to fool around with you, and like you don't do anything with him on the first date, but he still's like, oh, I had a great time, I can't wait to see you again. The next day, you don't hear from him. You just get ghosted. And all I want to do is just message him up and be like, you know what? I am so grateful that I did not sleep with your short, shady, bald. Thanks for listening, friends. Just needed a vent.
Oh, that is so sweet, Queen. Let me get this straight. You go on a date, it's nice and lovely, but then because he tries to fool around with you and you basically block him, you decide not to bring him to your bed, which is absolutely within your rights. I applaud you for that one. However, your own words is the next day he ghosts you and you revert to shaming language and insulting him, trying to make fun of his physical features. Number one, look in the mirror, Queen. You know the saying of don't throw stones when you live in a glass house? Yeah, that applies, times 10. Number two, how in the hell does shaming a guy for using a woman's tactic against her the smartest move? Now, you said that you think about doing it, but you don't do it. Somehow, I actually think that you do it. I mean, not everybody's a hypocrite, but if by hypocrisy we mean this behavior, well, if the shoe fits, lace that bee up and run with it. Before we move on, I want to bring to attention that 75% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel. Come on, fam. You've seen my logo on other channels, and you're already here. Please hit that subscribe button and support the channel. It really helps out. Moving on.
I am 44 years old and I am newly single after 24 years of marriage. I have been dating for the last few months, and let me tell you, it's wild out there, y'all. I'm already racking up some stories. I was thinking I might want to share a few of them here. Some things I've learned, some things that I've experienced, some things that I have thankfully not experienced because I realized it was a bad situation before I got myself into it. Of course, there's always the guys who tell me they're single and they're actually married. There's the guy with the Schmex machine. Yeah, I have a story that talks about something like that. Dating has been an adventure. It has been fun. It's been crazy. It's been healing. It's been validating. It's been exciting. There's been more good than bad, okay? But I'm racking up some stories. I would love to share them. Let me know if you want to hear more.
Him, her, bodies. All right, this recently single queen in her 40s is racking up some stories. I bet you that's not the only thing that she's racking up. I don't understand how a woman who just got divorced and is completely single can actually claim that they're happy, unless they were in an extremely abusive relationship, which I don't think she was, because I'm not seeing that much trauma out of her reaction here. It's just this girl's opinion, but it seems to me like she went to find herself. Ladies, I'm sorry, but with all the complaints that all you women who actually want a serious relationship have been saying about the dating scene in modern times, how can this queen say that dating has been fun? There's only one way that actually makes any sense. That's catching up on all the fun that she missed out with the Chads and Tyrones. And it is fun. I'm not going to deny it. But ladies, this gorilla is going to break it to you. And you're probably not going to like what I'm about to say. You see, men are the ones who are built for sports dating. Women really are not built for sports dating. What I mean by that is, most of your lives, you've always wanted to be with one guy that you respected and have a life with him. Men, yeah, they would love to have a main, but a lot of them, if not most of them, are going to want to have a bunch of sides too. Men are built kind of different. Women are built to try to get the best provider. Men are built to spread their seed as much as possible. I mean, ladies, like the old joke goes, why is a one-night stand with a man like an earthquake? Because you never know how long it'll last. Moving on!
You're not going to believe this. I'm 72 years old, and I'm going to start dating again. It's crazy, right? Here's the backstory. Got married, had a son, got divorced, didn't want to bring any other men into my son's life while he was growing up, so I didn't date. And then, unfortunately, my son passed away. So then I didn't feel like doing anything for years. And now here I am at 72 years old, and I'm kind of lonely and would like some companionship, somebody to do stuff with, and really don't like the idea of spending the rest of my life alone. So I'm going jump in. I'm going to start dating again. And I have absolutely no idea what to do. None. So, if you want to come along on this journey with me, just press that follow button below. See you next time. Bye.
All right, this grand elder post-wall queen that's rejoining the dating market may seem like a sad story to many of you ladies out there, but I'm sorry, this gorilla feels very little sympathy for her. I'm going to explain why. You see, like the Transformers, there's more than meets the eye here. There are too many clues that she said in that short video that makes me believe that we are dealing with a case here of the son husband. Let me hit you guys with my theory here, and then you tell me. She said she was married. She said she had a son. She got divorced, assuming that she put in for the divorce. She didn't date because she didn't want another man in her son's life. And now that her son has passed, she wants to date. Okay. My theory is when she divorced her husband, she basically did what a lot of women do. She manipulated her son to take her husband's place. As Coach Greg Adams has said, this is a case of the son husband. I bet you the reason she didn't date anybody until after her son passed was because her son was taking care of her the whole time. I mean, she's 72. Let's say she had him when she was 30. That would make him 42. So no, I'm not going to feel sorry for her. I don't think she's looking for anyone to take her out to do fun, exciting things now at 72. I think what's happening is she's hunting for a retirement plan. But sorry there, Granny. You see, men your age are dating women in their 50s. But if you want a tip of what to do, check into a retirement home. There are plenty of trips that they plan there. And they also have applesauce for you. Moving on.
I have a question. How do you date in your 50s? And I've been watching TikToks, there's always the dating ones, and it doesn't seem like anyone's faring very well. And I know the dating apps are not the way to go. I actually perused them a couple times the last couple weeks. That's not going to be the way to go. And I've lived in a van for over 3 years, so that was not conducive to dating. And before that, my brother passed away, and so going through that and COVID and everything else. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't have high hopes. I don't think anybody else knows, but I thought I would put it out there. When you're younger, you go in places, you go into bars or festivals or whatever and meeting people, and that just isn't my life. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock. I work really hard. I'm taking care of my mom, taking care of her stuff. She's 95. My daughter's 23, so she's grown. And I'm looking for, I don't want somebody who thinks that they have to take care of me. They don't. Can take care of myself or lead me. I can lead myself. I was thinking what I'm looking for is somebody who is a good friend, because your friends don't think that they can solve your problems, or they aren't like jealous of anything. And
she's going to sink, Captain.
But she can't sink. She's unsinkable.
She can't float.
All right, my elder post-wall queen, let me just say this. Your situation is not uncommon. It's common enough, but the problem is, let me rephrase that, the multiple problems you're having. I'm going to address them right now. Now, the first thing that you said is that you are looking on TikTok for dating advice and dating stories. That is the equivalent of the blind leading the blind. I swear, sister, you must be more lost than a cross-eyed crab if you got to go there to try to get your modern-day dating tips. On top of that, you said that you lived in a van for 3 years. That's not helping your dating life there, queen, because that just says, hey, I need someone to come around here and rescue me. Now, you did say that you don't need anyone to lead you, and you're leading yourself. It looks like you led yourself into poverty most of your life here. You saying that you're taking care of your mom is noble, but you have to be honest with yourself. When you're taking care of someone else, this cuts into your time for your personal life. It makes it tough. There's no way around it. So you have to decide, okay, are you going to take care of your mom, or are you looking for a serious relationship? Now, if you find one, that's great. Work on it. And hopefully you find a guy who's willing to work with you. But in your 50s, that's kind of tough. And you said that you're not looking for a man to take care of you. Oh, yes, you are, sweetheart. Don't sugarcoat it. Just accept it. And when you said you're looking for a friend more than anything else because of no jealousy or whatnot, yeah, that's called an FWB there, sweetheart. That is not a serious relationship. You're getting both of them confused there. and that's only going to bring you heartache. I do understand that you're looking for help, and hopefully this gorilla's advice is going to help you, but I need to hear the rest of your story before I can give you the best advice.
They're just there, for an ear and to hang out with, but I want a friend who I'm attracted to. And somebody who's laid back. I don't really want somebody who's type A, somebody who's works 80 hours a week. Well, sometimes you have to just because you're trying to make it. But I'm talking about that's your main focus, is that. Because I'm going to be 59 in a month. And I want to have traveled cross country by myself for over the past 3 years. And I'd like to travel internationally. I'd like to live on a farm. I don't know, is that too much to ask? Anyway, just putting it out there. Anybody have any suggestions? And I know, becoming part of a group, maybe a running club, something like that. I just don't have the time for that. I'm working a lot myself. So, yeah, I don't know. Any suggestions? You let me know. What's worked for you? I could hang out in Menards. I love hanging out in Menards. I'm kind of a DIY kind of gal. I redid my whole van myself. I love Menards. I love Home Depot. And I'm not adverse at this point in my life to going up and talking to somebody. But what do you even say, to break a conversation? As a guy, what would, and then how do you get from there to there? Because people are so, I don't know, we're so into ourselves, and I think we're so used to being alone after COVID that, we're kind of leery of things, or we don't know how to socialize anymore because we're on this thing, thinking we're socializing. Anyway, okay, any ideas would be helpful. Thank you, and have a great day.
All right, sister, let me just break it to you. You have standards a lot higher than what you yourself are capable of achieving. Just off when you said that you want someone who doesn't work long hours, but you also want to travel internationally with, while you yourself work long hours. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to break this down to you and make it a lot more simple. What do you, at the age of 59, have to offer a man right now? You can't offer him a family. You're living in a van. What are you going to do? Offer him a ride? The point is, you're demanding a man who is 8 levels above you. You can't get an HVM, especially at this age. Let me come at this from a different angle. You have to understand that what a man values in you is greatly tied in with your youth and your beauty, okay? So the type of man that you want is much higher on the totem pole. So the thing that you could have offered him for him to take you on international travels and all that, it's in the past. The best advice I can give you after hearing all this is date a man in his 70s. And before you decide that you can never date a man in his 70s and think that, oh no, I'm too young for this, stop. You're living in a van, sweetheart. You got nothing to offer. At least a man in his 70s, you're the younger one of the two. You can offer your youth and time to be with him. Here's another thing to consider. Even though you didn't put this out on your videos, there is a good chance that at the age of 59, you do have other health concerns, health issues. And you could say all you want, I don't want a man to worry about these things. I got it. That's not reality here, okay? A woman who's living in her van doesn't have it. So men are going to see that and think, okay, wait a minute. How much of this do I have to take care of? How much of your medical bills are you going to ask help for? This is nothing against you. This is just you accepting reality and just deciding that maybe a guy to travel around the world with is not in the cards for you. What's wrong with dating a blue-collar worker who's near your age group? There may be a carpenter or a plumber out there that would be willing to go out with you a couple times. I mean, all you want is an FWB that takes you out on trips and spends all his free time with you, but by some miracle, he also has to have enough money to do all this. So what you're basically saying is you want a desperate simp. In that case, go back to TikTok. There are plenty there. I'm just saying, if you enjoy this audit, click on the video in the end screen for more content. If you would like to support the channel, please follow the link in the description to donate to our beer fund, or like, subscribe, and share this video on other social media platforms. If you agree or disagree with anything about this audit, please let us know in the comments. I'm going to leave this audit right here. I'll see all of you in the next episode.